One reason that teenagers leave church is their disappointment that Christians and their Christian parents never talk about sex in ways that are helpful. So from their point of view, other than just saying don't do it, or it's sinful, or it's wrong, or you might get pregnant, they weren't being helpful. In other words, Christianity was irrelevant. And indeed, in a not so long ago published study by Christianity Today, a bunch of 16-year-olds had left the church. That was one of the main reasons why they had left. Now, discussing sex with kids has always been difficult, embarrassing, but also important. But even more important now because of the widespread access to pornography and social media, which creates enormous social pressure, sexual pressure on kids. So if we don't get involved, parents, then we're leaving them high and dry. I can still remember when my dad, who, to be honest, was a non-church goer and a fairly traditional ex-Navy guy, sat me down and talked about sex. It was embarrassing, but I'm so grateful that he did it. Now, we've got a video we're going to show. It's actually made for a secular audience of dads and daughters, but it's relevant to dads and mums talking to their kids, and also for sons and daughters. It includes discussions of what to say, but also how to kind of engineer it so that you overcome their embarrassment and your own. And we have to do this because if we don't, it kind of implies it's either not important or they're not important. They're not worth talking to, or the issue isn't that important and they get the wrong message. We have to do this. But hey, in having this discussion, I have found it creates an opportunity to pass on three strong Christian values. The first is the word respect. God has the deepest of respect for human beings. That's why He made us, why He cares for us and loves us. And He wants us to respect ourselves, and that's exactly what we pass on to our kids. To respect yourself and to respect the other person as a special human being. The second word is grace. Some kids get rejected if they come home pregnant or whatever. But this is a great opportunity to communicate to the kids and say, look, whatever happens, I'll be there, open arms, hugging you, just like the father of the prodigal son. Unconditional love. Nothing can destroy that. And the third beautiful Christian word about that we can teach the kids about is the word worth. God treats us as being really special and worthwhile, but kids grow up not feeling all that worthwhile, like sausages coming out of a sausage factory. This is a great opportunity, simply by doing it, that you bother to talk to them, that you bother to not spend the time with your friends as they think, but to choose to spend the time with them, makes them realize that they are a worthwhile person, exactly as God treats us, worthwhile. But also it makes them realize that the issue of sex and sexuality is a worthwhile topic and they need to take it seriously and prepare themselves. So I think you'll really, really benefit from watching this video. I've told you already that I started to realize how important I was, so I said, Amy, we need to have the father-daughter sex talk. You know, she's quite a direct person, but I think every daughter, probably, 15, 16, whatever, is a bit embarrassed at the thought of having the father-daughter sex talk. But this is where the Fathering Project is really powerful. You can always blame us. Well, the Fathering Project says I have to do it, so humour me. Otherwise I'm going to feel bad I'm letting you down. Okay, Dad. Anyway, we went to a kebab restaurant down the road here, about 3 kilometres away. Let me tell you this first of all, we laughed for at least 50% of that discussion. We laughed. So it gave me a chance to say to Amy a number of things that are important. I said, first of all, it's about respect. And the whole point of respect is respect for yourself. You are worthy of respect and you should make decisions based on that. I'm not going to be there, nor is Mum. You take your view of yourself with you, and you are worthy of respect, and don't be forced into something that will make you feel, less of yourself. You are worthy of respect, respect yourself and make decisions accordingly. And that led on to an obvious point. I said, whatever happens, we respect you as a person. I said, look, Amy, and she had a friend who'd gotten pregnant and her dad had a hissy fit, of course. I said, if you get pregnant like so-and-so, you need to know. She said, Dad, it's not going to happen. I said, Amy, I need to finish what I'm saying. It's a chance to talk about unconditional love. You see, I need to finish what I'm saying. If you come home pregnant, you need to know this. I, your dad, will throw my arms around you and love you and hug you without condition. There are no conditions on my love, and if that happens, so be it. Don't be scared of me. It's your life, there are big decisions in life, and you make your own. And here's the point, dads. My wife has never been a bloke. I have. I know exactly what blokes say and do. So that's why it's powerful, dads, if you take your daughter out for the father-daughter sex talk. You can tell them what it is that blokes will say. And I'm going to read out a list, and I can tell you, you could make a note of these, and you can take them and talk to your daughter about this in the father-daughter sex talk. Prepare her for the following words. If you really loved me, you would do it. Everyone else is doing it. You know you want it. A lot of that comes out of boys watching porn. I won't date you anymore if you don't. I say, fine, get lost. It's only natural when you love someone. All the other girls and all your friends are doing it. So dads, just to finish off this notion of girls learning from their dads how they can expect to be treated as a girl, as a woman, I'll just go back to where I started 3 or 4 weeks ago. The women who realised their husbands did not know anything about what their daughters really needed, and the fact that they, as adult women, were profoundly impacted by their own father. So dads, 3 quick take-home tips about this issue. Firstly, emphasise the word respect. Your daughter is worthy of respect. She should not put up with disrespect, and model that for her by showing her respect. Secondly, take her on the father-daughter sex talk and talk about strategies when she's around guys. And thirdly, role model respect for the women in your life.